Donald Trump signs an executive order reclassifying marijuana as Schedule 1. Well, what could the impact of that be? Georgia State Representative Greg Bell joins us right now. Representative Bell, glad to have you on the show. Walk us through this. What does this actually mean? What is the impact of this executive order by rescheduling marijuana on the federal crime level?
Hey, good to be with you, Roland. How's it going today?
Great.
Great. Pleasure to be with you from the great state of Georgia, where we believe in the green economy.
Okay, so walk us through what is this by the reclassification? What does it actually mean?
All right, so it means that we'll be able to get marijuana products, CBD products, as over-the-counter medication, just like over-the-counter medication. Marijuana was classified as a psychoactive drug, a Schedule 1 drug, along the lines of LSD, heroin, and meth. Now it's being reclassified, such as Tylenol, a sleep aid, aspirin, NyQuil. So no longer will it be scheduled as a drug or a narcotic substance, meaning that one cool thing. Say it again.
No, go ahead.
One cool thing that means is for a lot of those that want to invest in marijuana, that they have more safer investments now that prior to the industry, what you would see was a lot of individuals having money, getting financing. In Georgia, I know a couple of businesses that actually had their bank accounts closed because they were quote unquote dealing with narcotics. So now you also have individuals that would be able to get loans, business applications, bank accounts as well, who are working in the marijuana industry.
So on that particular point there, as it relates to individuals who have been convicted, so this doesn't have an impact on convictions, correct?
Not at all. This does not have any impact on convictions. If you have been previously convicted, have an arrest record due to marijuana substances, this does not change that at all. Unfortunately, this
does it impact federal law enforcement? So, for instance, when Donald Trump, when he put all of these federal law enforcement officials and National Guard on the streets of D.C., they were stopping people saying, "Hey, you can't smoke marijuana on your porch or outside." So what impact does this have on law enforcement and marijuana?
Well, federal law enforcement shouldn't be enforcing those policies anymore now that it's a top scheduled as Tylenol or a normal over-the-counter medication. Where the difficulty was coming with local law enforcement, your state patrol, your city police, your county police, your sheriff.
I don't mean local. Yeah, I don't mean local. What I mean is, now with this reclassification as Schedule 1, that means federal law enforcement. Will they be? Will marijuana be still criminal, or is there a certain amount of marijuana that you have to have? And so, what is the schedule? What is this by reclassifying as Schedule 1? What does it mean for that?
Well, for that, again, the one thing means interstate transfer. You would be able to move across state lines with amounts of marijuana. Previously, before individuals would get cases, RICO cases, if they were moving marijuana across state lines. Now that it's been federally declassified, the DEA, CIA, FBI, all those letter organizations shouldn't be going or prosecuting individuals for having marijuana. Now, while looking at the policy, it doesn't have a specific amount that I've been able to find yet of how much a person should, or could have on them now that it's been declassified. But the prosecution or the prosecution of a person due to having this controlled substance federally, I want to draw that, like we said, we spoke about federally, there's a big distinction between federal, state, and local.
Yep.
Federal, those agencies should not be prosecuting people. We still have a lot to learn, as it was just declassified. They didn't have a number amount or a weight amount associated with the declassification. So theoretically, there could be, say, if you have 10 pounds of marijuana in a legal state, again, even though it's federally declassified, if your state hasn't declassified, you will still be at risk of being charged for a crime, marijuana crime. But again, federally, you will be protected.
Gotcha. So it's a whole lot to unpack once they get really. I mean, it's not like his executive orders are actually specific. So
Mhm.
once we get more information, we'll have a better understanding of exactly what all this executive order covers.
Oh, yes. So just to be safe, do not smoke or roll marijuana in front of the police just because this order has happened. Again, your state laws have not changed. This does not mean you can go to your weed man, your plug, and go get an ounce or whatever you need and say, well, it's now such as Tylenol. Depending on your state law, your state code, your local ordinances, you still could be prosecuted. This is more so a business move, rather, I see, than actually helping people have
Yeah.
access to safe marijuana products or having access to medical health care. Some of the biggest players in this are pushing from the cannabis lobbyists, not from like any lobbyists. I don't think real lobbyists care about people. It's about cents, coins, and dollars. You had stock falling in the cannabis industry. You had individuals having trouble with investments and growing the cannabis industry. So I really see this as more of a capitalistic ploy to make more money. While I do agree with it, let's not be hoodwinked or bamboozled to think that President Trump cares about us.
I absolutely agree. So I wouldn't be surprised to be learning in the next weeks, days, or weeks that he has some kind of cannabis investment. So that would not shock me at all.
Well, I know Medicaid is they are piloting a Medicaid program for CBD with this. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got Trump Kush next week or Trump Cannabis or something to that effect where he has his hands in it again. I think we have a very narcissistic president that's only in office to stay out of jail and build wealth for himself on the backs of the American people. And although I do agree with this policy, we will soon see how much more wealthy the president will make or become after this declassification.
All right. Representative Bell, we sure appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Anytime, Roland. And thanks for what you're doing to keep spreading the message and fight the power.